So, they finally did it. By finally, I mean in less than 3 months. Embark released the Cold Snap update for Arc Raiders, which changed a number of things, but main thing is it added this snow condition to the maps, if you don't know. It is my favorite thing they have done so far, again, in less than 3 months. But I didn't expect something like this so soon. I personally love very difficult games, I love survival games, and Arc Raiders was lacking that for me. An amazing game. I've played so many hours of it at this point, and I still just wanted something more. And this aspect really drove it home for me. I don't expect in the next 3 months we will be eating and drinking for hydration in Arc Raiders, but I don't think that really fits in this game. And I think this is a perfect way to meet that difficulty, that hardcore aspect halfway. The cold, it makes it harder when you're outside exposed. You have to be within like 3 walls. It's kind of unclear, and I'm going to get into that, but basically you have to be in shelter to not take damage. If you're out in the cold, it sort of builds up and your raider becomes more covered with snow and frost grows on your screen, and then eventually your raider starts taking slow damage to the health bar and it just skips over the shield. There's multiple reasons why I really love this. I mean, again, I was just saying, I like harder games. I like it when games are more hardcore. And, I find myself, for instance, in DayZ, playing a lot in the mouse. I love the winter time when all the winter modded maps are released. And this really just brings a new edge to the game. It completely changes how people play, right? You can't just hear gunshots out in the middle of somewhere and just be like, I'm beelining for those. I mean, you can, but there's a different risk involved now. Not just the bots, not just other players, but also the cold. If you're out too far, you going too much of a distance trying to commute to wherever you're trying to get to, you're probably going to take some damage. Of course, you can bring in more bandages, which is a thing that me and my friends have been doing, but then that fills up more space in your stash or in your inventory. So you have to weigh these options, and I just love it. I love the bit of edge and the bit of hardcoreness to this.
Wish we had a zip line. That'd be so sick.
Did these always
knocked
have
him.
these? Holy shit.
God.
Where at?
My biggest gripe with it, and it's not even that big of a gripe, I just wish that there was a bit more of a clear way to know if you're in cover from the snow. There's a couple of buildings you can enter, like small buildings, and I don't know if it's glitched or if they're patching this, but sometimes you don't quite seem to be out of the cover of the damage from the snow. And the only indicator is when, of course, the frost and the snow goes away eventually, but sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it doesn't go away immediately. So if you make the decision to go somewhere far away without any cover, you might be taking damage along the way. You might be in a situation where a bot's chasing you or another player is shooting at you, and you're also taking damage from the snow, and then you got to get in a cover, and then sometimes you enter a little building or get between some walls and it isn't actually covered. And on the flip side, sometimes there'll be rubble of 3 walls and you get in a corner and it does work, and it's just something you wouldn't expect to work. So it's a little weird. I wish that there was maybe like a little indicator, like even if there was a snowflake when you're exposed by your health or something. I don't know, just an idea, but I still love it. I still love what they've done. This also added a lot of new stuff to the hub, to the menu, in terms of there's a new project for the first time outside of the expedition that we've seen, which is similar to the expedition. You turn in items, you get rewards, and there's different stages. I'm only on stage 3, so I'm not super sure what the end goal is, and I'm not going to look it up. I'm sure a Reddit post at some point will ruin that for me, but for the time being, I'm going to just keep that unlocked and keep working towards it. There's also a new merit event similar to the one that was going on when Stella Montis was being unlocked. That's pretty much the same. You get merits from raids and doing stuff, and then you just get the rewards along the way. It's going pretty fast, like the last one too, so Nothing crazy, but still fun. And the biggest thing about that is you get a space wrench at the end. We finally see a new tool for raiders to breach and search things, which is awesome. That's something me and my friends talked about a lot, and we were just like, there's no way with all the cosmetics going on that, you know, they're not going to eventually add another one. And we finally see one, and nice enough of Embark to have it be something that you can pretty easily unlock just by playing raids. So that's awesome. But truly, the Cold Snap, the snow, it looks awesome, and it really changes the gameplay in a way that I really enjoy. You get a lot less stuff out in the open, like I was saying, and it creates this dynamic of just trying to find, if you're looking for PvP, looking in a distance and trying to find stuff, you got to like really pay attention to where shots are coming from. And it creates just such a different gameplay style. I love it. I really love it. And it's just a nice switch up, you know, because there's a lot of different types of players and a lot of different play styles in the game, but they kind of all fall into a few categories, and you experience a lot of that same stuff no matter what map you're on. But this map condition, I think, has changed the way a lot of people play, regardless of your play style. Your normal play style, that is. I'm really excited to see what they do next. I mean, like I said, I really doubt they're gonna have us worrying about food and drinks and other stuff in the future, but this is, I think, maybe the most intense survival aspects they'll add, question mark, I don't know. But I'm really happy about it, because it just really felt like there was something lacking for me personally in regards to a hardcore aspect. I'm sure once like winter's over, they'll either temporarily get rid of it or make it less common, but hopefully it still plays into cycle. I'm not sure on the plans on that, but you know, I'd like the option. I'm somebody, again, with DayZ, I played Namalsk in the summer. Like, I just love the difficulty and also just the snow environment. And right now it's perfect time of year to be in the snow in a game and just experiencing that. It's really cool. And again, it looks great. It looks great in Ark. So I'm super excited about this. Now, they did heavily increase blueprint drops originally. And then on December 18th, 2 days later, they really quickly released a hot patch that made that less so, but it's still pretty high. I'm interested to see how this plays out, because it's really high still. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it is very high, and it really changes the game in a lot of ways. And I think there is a sweet spot that they're trying to find, right? Something probably, at least in my opinion, in between what it was before and what it is now. Because now you can still leave a raid with half your bag, if not all of it, just all blueprints, you know? Like, it's really crazy, and finding like 3 or more blueprints a raid is just, it seems like a lot. It seems like a lot. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I don't think it should be like you never find them, or they're, you know, I mean, I was going like days of sessions without finding any blueprints in the past. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I do think it needs some more tweaking. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I'm really happy with the Cold Snap update. I've been really enjoying the gameplay, and I'm just so stoked to see what else they do, considering this is just everything we've got so far just in 3 months. Like, that's just insane. So
yep.
oh shit, people behind us.
Yeah. I'm shielding.
Broke one, killed one.
Oh, fuck. I'm throwing a grenade up there.
Nice!
Oh, and hell yeah.
I've also been doing some write-ups just to get my thoughts out and to get some stuff out a little quicker when stuff is happening, because obviously it's faster than editing an entire video and rendering the footage and doing all that stuff. I just made basically a WordPress, so I'm gonna link that in the description of the video and then also on my account. So if you're interested, if you want to keep up, most of what I've been writing about has been Ark Raiders so far, because that's just what I've been playing mostly. But a lot of more like loot and survival stuff is going to be on there. I mean, the title of it is Loot and Survive, and it's just going to be my essentially opinion pieces on stuff going on with games. So yeah, if you're interested, you wanted to read some stuff, I'm just going to be posting on that WordPress. So that'll be in the description too. Thanks for hanging out with me, and see you in the next one. Peace.